Welcome back to Foot in Mouth. Obviously, the season is done, but there's still plenty to talk about. But first things first, how we doing, boys?
I'm doing well. I'm cold.
Yeah, it's very
So tired of
cold.
being cold. Fuck.
It's not even July.
God damn.
Winter hasn't even started. Winter is still coming, yo. On some Game of Thrones shit here in Cape Town. But listen,
It's
this
very
week I
cold.
think the biggest thing that happened is obviously no one can avoid all the Saudi news, the Saudi
It's
transfer news.
definitely not cold in Saudi.
But yeah, Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher are increasingly calling for investigations to be done by the Premier League on these transfers because they are questioning the integrity
That and a regulator.
of the. Yeah, they wanted to be regulated. Yeah. Now, I will be the first to admit I am annoyed that I'm not seeing Chelsea sweat a little bit more after the spending spree that they went on. It was the perfect show of you can't just come through and buy the league. You know, they spent what 600
We
mil
saw
last
Man
season.
City do it.
Yeah, I know we've seen Man City do it. You've definitely seen Man City do it. But look, I have always stood by. It's not how much you spend; it's how you spend it. And Chelsea spent 600 mil in a questionable way. It's definitely a team for the future. They're gonna get better in the future, but they had some close calls. And yeah, I was very prepared to see them struggle to offload these players on mega wages.
But it looks like this was part of the plan all
And
the
it
time.
looks like that. Now that's where the question comes into play. Okay, now.
Because when it was
obviously-
happening, we were all like, yo, this is so risky. All these players on like how many
High
eight-
wages.
8-year
7,
contracts.
8
Like, what are
years,
they gonna
yeah.
do? Like, they stuck with these players.
Yeah.
Can't.
No, well, look, the ones they signed to the 8-year deals are going to stay. It's the ones that
Yeah.
they signed before that were all
Well,
leaving.
Koulibaly, but he just joined. I know he
Yeah.
wasn't on an 8-year deal, but like that was a big signing for Chelsea. That was supposed to be the Thiago Silva partner.
Yeah,
That,
but I think they're going to stick with Fofana.
yeah, I mean he's
for
younger
fun,
also.
yeah.
So I mean it makes. I'm just saying when they bought Koulibaly, he was a talent, bro. Like even before they
I
signed
still
him,
rate him.
Even
I think he's
before they
class. I
signed
think
him.
Liverpool wanted him to both.
dude, a lot.
to-
Even
to-
PSG were linked to him at
to
one
like
point.
to pair up with Van Dijk before we got Kanate. That would have
No,
been.
That would have been nice.
He was supposed to be the guy, and like for like a year later, for you to be able to be like, yeah, we're moving him on. Like, A, I'm like, you shouldn't be allowed to do that, bro. Like, you made your bed, but like B,
Hats off to them be able to.
like that's what I'm saying. I do have to give hats
What do
off
the
to Todd
Chelsea
Boehley.
fans like think?
Obviously, look, I mean, one thing that I've noticed on Twitter at least is the shift from Chelsea fans and City fans, for that matter, going from kind of defending their spending habits to really just showboating in it. Like the more people are saying how they're allowed to do this, or whatever, you're just getting a flood of Chelsea fans going, "Oh, cry more,
they've just
bro."
been
Like-
indoctrinated now.
And I'm like, yeah, that's the thing.
Why
So,
wouldn't you be, though? If you're,
Yeah,
if you're a
right.
Chelsea fan, I wish United was doing this type of thing.
oh, okay, look,
you
debatable.
are. You have.
I mean, no, we haven't been playing 600 mil.
No, but you
yeah,
have
I
spent
mean,
the most money in the.
yeah,
in the
like
okay,
you
maybe
can
not now, but I know up
do you
until
want to get
like
into
a
this?
year.
United is also like the highest earning club in the world.
Yeah, just because you sell fucking shirts doesn't
No.
mean you can
One
buy
thing
the
that I
best
will say
players.
is that I'll give United credit for is there's not a single
we're not
single
attacking
charge
United.
on them.
Yeah, let's not
Not a
attack
single
United,
charge.
yeah.
Now the irony here is
they've had it tough enough.
the irony here is look, okay, this whole business, this whole thing just seems very shaky because obviously the Saudi clubs are buying a crazy amount of players from wherever,
And they're buying all the players that Chelsea are looking to offload.
and they've bought conveniently. Their main place of shopping is Chelsea, and obviously Chelsea have more players up for sale than anyone else.
Okay, so you've built the picture. Call it. Just call it. Say
So
it.
no,
Say it.
now the reason I'm saying things get sketchy is just obviously just for some context here
Yeah.
in terms of the actual moves. So the Saudi, what do they call the PIF? I think it's the IFP or something like that. It's basically the funding group.
Okay.
There we go. The Saudi's Public Investment Fund. They are 80% owners of Newcastle, and they also have 60% ownership in Chelsea. Now, not directly. It's because 60% ownership of Chelsea is owned by Clearwater. I don't know what the company is, but Clearwater is owned by the same Saudi Public Investment Fund. So where it gets sketchy is obviously a predominantly Chelsea-owned company that owns a mega money club in Saudi is taking all of these players that Chelsea were inevitably going to struggle to offload. And Chelsea are going to come out of this making so much money and probably being better off for it because they're trimming down the squad. They're getting money back. They're lowering that wage budget.
Yeah.
And you've still got all these youngsters for 8 years, so your future is set.
You mad, bro?
No, I'm saying it's annoying, but again, hats off to Todd Boehley because
Yeah.
I can't argue that this is just one more loophole that he has found.
But
you know
also,
what I mean?
you did also mention that they apparently own 80% of Newcastle.
Yes.
we're not seeing
Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, which own 80% of Newcastle United.
so
are
they own
major
more of
investors.
Newcastle than they do Chelsea. We're
No,
not seeing
no, no,
we're not
no.
seeing many Newcastle
But they are
guys.
majority shareholders of. They own 60% of Chelsea. They're majority shareholders.
True,
the
but
same company, which
true.
means that they are the decision makers.
True, but they're also majority shareholders of Newcastle, and we're not
Yeah,
seeing, we're
and I
not seeing
mean-
many Newcastle guys go to Saudi. We're also seeing a lot of other guys who aren't involved in Chelsea.
Yeah, because
But-
Newcastle
but-
didn't do the 8-year contract
Yeah,
thing.
and also I don't think
True.
Newcastle have as many players up for sale.
Yeah.
They're not
I-
exactly.
well,
they
now
don't
they
have
definitely
this.
I think they do. Yeah.
They're
Well,
gonna clean out.
they're gonna
these-
clean
Dan
out.
Burn's not gonna play in the
Exactly.
I'm
I
not
know
Dan
after
Burn.
the season
What's
he
the
had, I
fucking-
think
no,
Dan
but
Burn's
there's
staying.
no
bro.
Dan Burn he is staying, but there are a few that are definitely going to
But
go.
those
There's a
type of
few.
players aren't gonna be, Champions League.
Yeah.
No, not only
Yeah.
that, those
16.
players aren't gonna bring any type of viewership to the Saudi league. I think
yeah.
because one thing I've noticed that this how the Saudi league is operating now is they're buying a lot of players who are Muslim, which at first I didn't really put two and two together. But the more you see the players that are being linked to the moves, even Thomas Partey has been linked to the move now to the Saudi league. Also to Juventus, but we get
Oh,
on
look,
that.
they're not gonna get fucking racially abused there, kind of.
No, they're not. They're not. But like that's the thing. Like that's
See,
like
the new
that's
style.
it's
Yeah, like the whole thing Balotelli was saying, like, yo, just take all the African players, we're
And
good
put
enough, and just have an African league, like,
Which
fuck-
they should do.
fuck
It'll be a
this.
super
This
league
is this is
of all
this is
super
the closest
leagues,
thing
bro.
to a African
An
type
African-
of
I guess. Look, and again, it's
Saudi
it's
Arabia's
not.
close to
It's,
Africa, yeah,
it's,
so
it's,
yeah.
They're both hot.
it's
Yeah.
not only Muslim players that they are buying, obviously, but when you look at the profile of a lot of these players, that does fit the bill. So you can see
Wait,
that there
forgive
is
my
a.
ignorance here. Sorry, are they African? Nah.
Who's they?
It's Saudi Arabia. It's
Saudi Arabia
It's
is not
Arab. It's
Arab.
Middle
Yeah,
Eastern.
but
Middle
like
East.
it's
Middle
very.
Eastern.
It's like just there by Africa, innit?
This is why we're a
I
football
think
show
so.
and not a
And
geography
not
show.
Yeah, my bad.
Google
It's like I feel like an American.
So yeah, so they're buying these players, and with the Chelsea player, I don't even think they're spending that. They're not paying that high fees for the Chelsea players. They're like we like Wolves. They bought Ruben Neves now, one of the clubs, for like 47 mil, which I think is a very fair fee. I would have loved to see Arsenal go in for that.
Yeah.
But like the Chelsea players, they're basically getting like 3 players for that same money. Like it's Ziyech, Koulibaly, and someone else, like for 45 mil.
Kante?
I mean, Mendes.
Kante's free. Yeah, Kante's
and
free.
Mendy is
Mendy's
also
on his
Mendy's
way
going.
there.
Now that's what I'm saying. Clearly, you have money to spend on individual players like Ruben Neves for 45 plus mil. We'll say 45 plus.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, conveniently, I understand they need to get players off the books, but that you are taking some serious losses in terms of how much money you're making back for the player. But again, like I said, they're still going to be better off forward because of wages. I think it's just how convenient that the Saudi league are getting this much bang for your buck at Chelsea versus like anywhere else. You know what I mean? It just seems a little bit too.
Convenient.
It's a little too convenient, bro.
Yeah.
It's a little too convenient.
No, look, it is worth looking at, but I don't think
Still,
there's-
again, fair play to Todd
I
Boehley.
don't think there's much to that because they are signing good players. These ex-Chelsea players they're signing aren't fucking washed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so like what the MLS was doing.
Exactly.
No, but
Mendy's still good. Ziyech is still good. Kante's still good. Like they're not just buying fucking 50-year-olds. Well,
Yeah.
Benzema.
They're adding quality to
If it
their
was
league.
50 years,
Yeah.
there wouldn't be many complaints, I think. But I think the main thing that's raising eyebrows here is the wages that you are offering underperforming players.
Yeah, but you-
Absolutely underperforming
But you
players.
do need to entice them
Yeah,
to
you need
go
to
to
attract
Saudi.
them.
I understand that, but even in the MLS and stuff, they weren't getting this type of money.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
the MLS is
Well,
more
it's
attractive,
more attractive,
than
yeah.
Saudi.
I'm saying when they started, even remember like when Carlos
Yes,
Vela them were
yes,
going
Still,
there,
bruh,
like
no
when
one
they
wants to go
started-
look at the weather. Like, no
Exactly.
one wants to go play in that.
And wouldn't you
look,
love
and-
to live in America?
And people,
It's like a
people
vacation.
are turning the Saudi league down. It's obviously more than just Messi who said no to these Saudi clubs. But I'm saying the reason why I think people are calling these into question is because I know you're saying now this is purely for the sake of attracting people to this league, right? Purely for the sake. Ronaldo was not enough. So you're attracting players to this league.
Well, it's easy now. Ronaldo's is
he's-
enough.
No, he's not enough. And he's not enough clearly because of the fact that they have a much bigger
I
plan
think he's
in
more than
mind.
enough.
I think he's
because-
more than
because
enough.
he's there. Other players are
Other
like.
pl-
Is he
Exactly.
even going to
Sick.
be the highest paid player there
No, the
anymore
point
still?
we're making is because he went there. Other players are.
It's an option.
They like
As
open
much as
to
I
it
love
now.
Ronaldo, it's the money. It's not Ronaldo. I think
Yes.
people started
It's
listening
both.
because
It's both.
Ronaldo was
It's
there.
both.
It's both.
But I
both.
mean, what majority? Who has Al Nassr even bought any of these players? It's all the
Well,
other
the
clubs.
rumor is Al Nassr's getting Zaha, and then there was another guy. I can't remember what it was, but there was another guy who's also rumored
Yeah,
to
that
go to
guy. I
Al Nassr.
remember
that guy. Yeah,
that guy's pretty
That
decent.
pretty good. But there
He
was another
performed well in that game.
in that game with that
in
team.
that season.
But
Yeah.
there was another guy that they are interested in, who's also kind of a big name.
No?
Yeah.
I'm all for growing the league, you know, and obviously there's been a lot of talk about people only having an issue because it's a Middle Eastern league, it's a Saudi league, it's a racial thing now. I don't think it's so much that. I think that there are people just generally worried because of the fact that apparently the Saudis basically own boxing now as well, which I wasn't aware of.
The Saudis are sports washing everything.
They are sports washing, and the one thing that was safe was football.
Yeah, but why would football stay safe? It's a money
I
sport.
wasn't
Everything is a
expecting
money
No,
sport.
I'm not saying I was expecting it to stay safe. What I'm saying is, are you saying full on that people should just not even bother complaining and just accept it?
No, I think it's too late now, though.
Yeah, it's far
No,
too late.
but and that brings me to the point
Witness
that
the
we had
litness.
started on with like the integrity of the game, because I think the integrity of the game was ruined long before the Saudi league started doing all of this.
Yeah.
I just think now more so than ever, because these people have money that no one else can compete with. And as a Premier League club fan, it's, I guess, ironic me saying that, because I think fans of every other club have been saying that about the Premier League for the longest
Yeah.
time now.
So now it's another league.
So
doing
now it's
it.
almost like, oh, well, don't dish it if you can't take it. You know what I mean? And I'm all for, I understand that. But look, let's not pretend that, you know, PSG can outmuscle most clubs financially. Same with Real Madrid. Same with Bayern Munich if they wanted to. They do it when they need to, and they do it when they want to. But the Saudi league, the amount of players they're buying, I'm very happy that these players are going to get some serious money, because obviously a football player's career is not very long. You don't have much after your playing time is done. So if you go there, you can make some bank. Go make your bank. But fuck me, bro. If you are honestly pulling players like Ruben Neves in their prime, genuinely elite potential, you know, like type of caliber players. When the MLS in China were taking these players, it was people that were on their way out already, people that weren't so fantastic.
No, Oscar did sign to China.
Yeah, it was Oscar,
Yeah.
but that was like, and even that was so disappointing to see. Like back then, I wasn't even disappointed of like, oh, Chelsea's getting money for this guy. I was disappointed because a dude that was really talented is going to completely disappear from football. And until, look, the Saudi league, they're obviously going to push to get TV rights eventually. Once they get TV rights, it's fucking game over. It is game over. Once they get that right, bruh, then I think, like you say, yeah, it's too late. But like as things stand right now, I'm not saying that transfers need to be regulated. I think Gary Neville and Carragher are a little bit over the top here, because
They've been calling for that for a long time, though.
yeah, but they also only started calling for it because of Man City. Now,
Yeah.
I'm saying what I would be making more noise about in terms of the integrity being questioned is how are Man City still able to make moves in the transfer market when you've got 115 charges against you?
Yeah, there's actually so much going on, bro. Like,
How are you allowed to still
pick your
push?
story at this point?
Yeah, pick your story at this
That's
point.
the thing.
a
I'm like,
fair
it's
point.
all good and well, because I'm not saying that
But
they aren't
I
wrong.
have said before, though, this whole City thing is going to lead to nothing. City is too big for them to be penalized in any way.
Well,
They've
yeah.
just won the treble. If they penalize them, they are losing money for the league themselves.
Yeah.
So they are going to do nothing to City,
I still say
which isn't great. But hey, that's how shit works. When money's involved, that's how
it
that's
has
how
to
it
catch
goes.
up with them at some point, because they are lesser. Because like you say, we can sit here so obviously and go, oh, it's because they're a big club. But at some point, you do have to address the elephant in the room, in that you are very publicly treating people, clubs differently to other clubs based on the badge, based on the, because there are clubs much smaller than City with much less infringements who've been punished way more severely.
That's exactly why City is too big to be punished so severely.
But that's what I'm saying, you don't think it's gonna
imagine
catch
what
up
it
to
says
them?
for the league.
How? Realistically, how is it going to
They've been doing this for the
I know,
past
but
10 years.
No, I know that much.
Is like us talking about it and people like being and being bitter towards him. But
Yeah.
like, and maybe they pay a fine here or there. But like, fuck, bro, don't-
City is,
No, I-
is making the
can't-
Premier League so much money. The
can't take
Premier
away
League
the
don't
history,
want
you
to
can't take
penalize
away
them.
those moments where they
Maybe-
won everything.
maybe-
You can't
Well,
fucking,
exactly.
no one
and
cares
they've
also.
literally just won the treble. Imagine after they win the treble, then you're like, actually, you know what? Now we'll take it away.
But it's
too
also,
late.
it's I know you're saying now they won the treble. I'm not taking any of that away from the club. What I'm saying is, at some point, they are going to have to show some type of intent on closing these loopholes that fans are starting to call them out for not spotting. Do you know what I mean? At some point, they're going, whether it be absolutely hold Man City accountable for whatever infringements, or it just be making it that much harder for them to keep doing it. Whether you slow them down or stop them,
Nah, but then
it's gonna catch up, bro.
It goes back to like what we were saying earlier on about fans being indoctrinated, and like when we asked,
Yes.
what does Chelsea think of this whole thing?
Yeah.
Are they loving it? Like, yeah, you got the fans also choose.
They pick
You
a
know,
side.
when
Yeah.
choose the moral high
Oh,
ground. and
100%.
So like, there's nothing like this whole thing of fans are starting to spot the loopholes. Like, whatever, dude. Like,
Yeah, literally,
you
whatever.
celebrate.
No, dude, look,
you-
I've been saying shit like this since I think like episode 1, when I was saying such a big problem I have here is that we can watch a team get screwed over by VAR this week and then laugh about it, and then
Yeah.
it happens to your team and then you want to moan all of a sudden. Nothing is gonna fucking change unless everybody actually has a common goal, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to feel that the worry with the Saudi league buying all of these players and stuff, I'm starting to sense it's becoming much more of a common goal because yes, Man City have been allowed to get away with
Stevie
it
G now also.
as a coach.
yes,
yeah.
I saw
And
that.
he's like
Man.
the highest.
Even
he's
Brendan
getting-
Rodgers, I'm sure,
getting
will
more
be,
than
will
Klopp
be
now.
approached.
Hectic.
I think I think Klopp gets like 16 a
That
year.
speaks volume.
Dude,
And that's
like-
and I think Stevie, I'm not gonna say the money, but
It's
way
too
more.
much,
It's
whatever it
way
is.
more than like,
Like I know he's saying Man City have been doing it for 10 years and they've gotten away with it. And I don't think it's just Man City. We said earlier that Manchester United bring in all this money that they bring in to the league and to the club itself and all that. They've spent more money than, or at least on par with Man City for the longest time. So like oh my God, what the fuck was I saying?
Why are you bringing United into this?
No,
we don't have any
I had a
legal
point.
charges, any Saudi money. That's completely separate. Don't put
I
Man
had,
City
sorry, that's
and
what I was
United
saying.
in the same
That's what I was
sentence.
saying. That's what I was saying now. Now for that time, it was pretty much, yeah, this is how it works. But like we had said earlier on, if you can't dish it, if you don't dish it if you can't take it. Now Man City's on the receiving end of it, where they see that there is another superpower that genuinely could turn heads.
Wait, who's the other superpower?
The Saudi league, bro.
But that's a league.
Yeah, that's a league.
That's not just one team.
No,
and,
no,
and
exactly.
even that isn't competition to them. It's
No,
a whole
but
separate
look, the
league.
Premier League has been Manchester City for the better part of the last 6 years. It's been Manchester City.
Not in terms of money earned.
not in 2019,
Not in terms of money earned,
not
but
in 2019-2020 season.
Never forget.
however you want to
don't
look
even
at it.
forget.
I think that, like I think now people are coming to a more common ground because this is now full on something that you realize. It's one thing to accept that Man City is going to do it. It's another thing to be like, how many players are going to be jetted off to this league that we are never going to see all year, obviously until the TV rights and everything come in. And at what point do you get the Premier League itself just being flooded rather, with people who just are in it for the money? I don't want to fucking watch a sport like that, bro.
It's already that.
No, it's
people
not.
are already in it for the money.
I don't think people
there's
are
hardly
honestly-
ever players who stay at one club their whole career anymore.
I'm not expecting a one club player. I'm expecting I want to see ambitious players, not financially
Well, look
ambitious.
at-
I want to see ambitious like Gundogan. Gundogan could have gone to the Saudi league and earned mega bucks. Probably would have earned more than Ronaldo. He went to Barcelona.
Easy now.
No, I'm just saying he probably would have.
Easy.
He just won a treble. Why wouldn't he command more wages?
Easy.
Wait, pause.
Easy.
Come on, Bernardo Silva. Have you seen the wages that he's been fucking rumored to be getting if he goes to Saudi?
But look, I don't see anything else with other leagues getting money. That just gives players more places to play and more places to earn money. There's nothing wrong with that. The Premier League is still going to be what it is. There aren't going to be Saudi league teams in the UEFA.
I don't know. Look, both of you are very clearly okay with how Saudi are operating.
No,
and
no, we accept them.
Yeah, we're accepting it. We're not okay with it. It's
But
just
I think
it's just that
acceptance
this
counts as being okay with it.
no, it's just that this
it's just like
the
what-
bird flew the cage a while ago. It's too late now to start complaining
Suppose.
about
I mean, I guess I'd never heard many people.
I feel like this is Super League.
They're trying to be a super league.
Yeah, they're just gonna, okay. We're not gonna.
It's-
The clubs aren't gonna form their own
it. Yeah.
league.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna buy all the
No,
class
I don't-
players and put them in this league type thing.
At the end of the day, the
the
main
only thing I'm looking at it from a positive thing is gonna be no racism.
Say
But
no to
even
this.
that, like yeah, it's all cool that that's not gonna be there, but like there's gonna be something else.
yeah.
True.
There's gonna be like sexism or something.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah,
become some
yeah.
fucking
100%.
crazy.
They're not gonna be. But my boy Vinny.
Yeah, you will. At least you won't be crying on the pitch. Yeah, you'll be happy.
None of
dude.
that. They're not gonna sing that song.
Yeah, they're not gonna call him a fucking monkey, but I think it's money. Money talks. Players.
Money
if
does
a player
talk.
has ambition, as in they want to win UEFA, they want to win trophies, they will go to like
Yeah.
Man United. but if they are just in it for the money, they will go to Saudi, and there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
Yeah,
hate to
that's-
see it.
that-
Man.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I honestly.
We've seen China do it. We've seen the MLS do it. There's nothing wrong with another
Yeah,
league doing it.
and look, we said before we started recording
We
that
all
before
know
no one
money-
was really affected because they were taking all these players on their way out, and now they're taking players who actually have a few years left
Yeah.
in them. But yeah, man, I think that the biggest thing that's gonna work against the Saudi league right now, more so than the TV rights and all that shit, because even that, I think there's gonna be so many fucking workarounds there. Because look, more often than not, these leagues are sponsored by an alcohol brand. You're not gonna get that in Saudi, and like not only the like whatever TV rights they have to deal with, but also history, bro. Now I know money talks and all that, but as long as players have a chance of winning a fucking Champions League trophy
Yeah, but
before they go to
there's
Saudi,
there's always
before
that-
they go to Saudi,
That
history, bruh.
in the corner that.
Who wants to win the
Football
Saudi
has
league
that.
over the Premier League? I
Yeah.
don't know a single player that wants to do that just
So that's
yet.
why also not worried too
Yeah.
much, but at the same time, there are gonna be a decent amount of players that are gonna go and are gonna fall victim to the
No,
the money vibe. But yeah, bro, there's enough history and enough football heritage to keep this vibe. Yeah, I think.
Exactly.
I don't think
for
it's
now,
not-
I just think when you see
yeah.
someone like Bernardo Silva going,
But
especially.
he's also not that young, bro.
He's
What's he like,
yeah.
28 after the season that he
Nah,
just
he's-
had?
And he's
Remember, Bernardo Silva is
But
going to
he's
be
won it
someone.
all.
He's won it all.
Bernardo
He's literally
Silva
won
is
it
going
all.
to be someone choosing Saudi over Barcelona, right? If he can do that, I know you said he's
Bro,
won it all.
Barcelona are like fucking investigating for fucking cheating. Bro.
They
Like,
also they have their own Man City scandal
No, fair
going
play,
It's
but
like-
like
it's
I'm
like-
saying, like I mean, it was not bad enough for Gundogan to not
but
go
that's
there.
not
Apparently,
the point. The point is like it's not like this football heritage league that they're currently playing in, or European leagues aren't dirty either.
on. Yeah.
Like, yeah, Saudi hasn't been actually we can't prove that Saudi league is dirty at
No,
all.
I'm not arguing
They
dirt.
literally
As,
they just got
nothing
money.
to do with
Yeah.
dirt at
It's
all.
questionable how they got that money. Whatever.
It has
Money's
nothing to do with
fucking
dirt.
dirty anyway. The point is like, yeah, like the European leagues aren't exactly clean also. So they're not exactly taking the moral high ground by
Yeah.
staying in Europe.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as
has
good guys versus
nothing
bad
to do with
guys.
model high ground or anything. Like I said, I'm just speaking from a perspective of being disappointed that there is this Super League.
You can be disappointed in the player for choosing Saudi, but it's his choice. It's his choice to choose Saudi though.
No, I know.
He then chose the money.
I definitely know that, but this I think comes down to, like I'm saying, money talks. We
Yes.
can all agree that money talks.
Yeah.
And I'm just the type of person who doesn't have a lot of respect for someone which I'm sure you guys are going to tell me, that's the reality, that's today.
Nah, I'm just
or
gonna say you sound like a
that's
broke nigga."
life, or whatever. Like a what?
You sound like a broke nigga.
Like a broke nigga.
Yeah.
Damn.
Broke
Okay.
nigga.
I'm just someone that doesn't like to
Broke
see
nigga club, bro.
that shit happen. I would assume that as a Liverpool fan, he also appreciates history and hard work and
Yes.
and
No,
ethics and
Don't
shit.
be a broke club.
Nobody likes to see quality players leave
Yeah,
the
that
league
sucks.
that you support.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
You think-
obviously it's their
yeah.
choice, and it
Yeah.
doesn't fucking matter
I'm
because
very confused. So you guys are saying there's nothing to be worried about,
No.
but there's a worry.
No, I'm saying I'm glad you brought up Liverpool. Fucking, have great players, and then the
Yes.
money comes, and then they.
You've
spike.
argued for years that Liverpool are richer than everyone, or most clubs. You've argued that for very long. You've always said, we have money, bro.
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
money,
but
bruh.
but it's not.
We
like,
have so much money,
but not
bruh.
like oil money. We
Yes,
have like
not oil money.
We have
Yeah.
prize money because
Yes.
we won that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. No,
Anyway,
no. You've
but-
won 2 trophies in 6 years, 7 years.
But anyway,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Liverpool
No,
is also a
there's
really
no-
high-earning club.
Exactly because of the history and
But
shit. I'm
my
saying
point,
Liverpool do
I'm-
have money.
to
They
answer your
have had
question,
money.
How we were okay, we're not okay with it. I'm just like kind of used to it, and
Exactly.
I'm saying from a Liverpool perspective,
Yes.
also like if you want to make the analogy of players leaving, like the money comes and our just players leave,
Yes.
and it's because we can't pay them the wage, and we couldn't at the time offer them the
champions.
the trophies
Yeah.
or guarantee them the trophies.
Mm.
But yeah, so this is exactly what's happening now. So I'm kind of numb to it. Like this is
and
happening
also-
in a grander scheme of things.
Yes.
Here's a place saying the grass is greener here. You're not convinced. Here's little
Yes,
green.
yeah.
So I get it. I fully get it. It sucks. Away fucking.
But also, like
take
this,
your pull, bro.
this
swallow
isn't
it.
even the first time. We literally saw MLS do it. We literally saw China do it. Now it's
Yeah.
Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't the first time we've seen a league
And the
do this.
MLS and China did it. They did it, but
They weren't this rapid,
MLS
bro.
started and then China came and then
Yes.
they
They
checked,
weren't
okay,
this
we needed
rapid.
more money.
Yes.
So Saudi's doing it and like they need even more money.
Yes,
So it's
and they
what-
have the money.
Yeah, it's
And
just
also, like the
proving.
MLS in China was 1 or 2 players this season.
And
It wasn't
again-
like 9 in
and
one
again,
window,
we
bro.
mustn't forget the Premier League also had money and it started.
And the
doing
Premier League
this.
has money. We
And
still have
look
money.
at all these players that are foreign players playing in
Yeah,
the Premier
playing.
League.
I saw some.
because
I saw
money.
some shit that was like West Ham earns as much as like a team that finishes third in the La Liga.
like Luis Diaz playing for Liverpool.
There's huge.
There's so much money in the
bro.
Premier
Like
League.
I don't give a fuck. Luis Diaz playing for Liverpool. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That man, when he was like 5 years old, wasn't dreaming to play for Liverpool. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how big the club's history. When you maybe grew up a little bit, you started to hear of the club, got a bit of
Look,
know.
a lot of Portuguese players look to Man United because
But
of
my
Ronaldo.
point,
United's
yes,
huge
but my
though, yeah.
point is, their home club is their buzz at first. They have their.
Yeah.
It's not like they grew up in England with
Ronaldo
that
and
fucking,
Sporting.
It's when they get there, then they get indoctrinated in that heritage. Then they like look at Tsimikas now. He's the Greek Scousers. Like and look how Bobby like connected with he's like a proper Liverpool, but he's still going back home.
Yes.
Or they end up at home at some point in Brazil and they retire there.
Yeah.
Like the English players, they don't do that.
But that's also a very Brazilian thing.
But my point being is that they weren't born with this
This connection.
Yes, they learn of it. It gets
I
they
suppose.
get shown it. You know
I
what
guess
I'm
to
saying?
me, I'm more used to seeing all the whatever megastar there is, and you see pictures of them in their bedroom, and they have posters of all Premier League clubs and shit on the wall, and like
It
Mbappe.
happens.
That happens.
It
That
happens.
definitely happens, but it's not all of them.
Yeah,
Obviously not all of
Majority
them,
of it
man.
is
Obviously
not
not
like
all.
that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so they still come to the Premier League, and it's cruel.
Yeah, it's money.
It's cruel.
Yeah.
You're living in fucking on a mountain in Brazil, fucking
Yeah,
narco
now you're going
state.
to
Maybe I guess it's
Pussy
easier for me
cold
to
nights
accept
in
Yeah,
the
bro.
UK.
Now,
It's easier for me to accept it in the Premier League, A, because I support the Premier League club, and also because the Premier League club has history, and Saudi are not trying to build history for themselves.
let's not forget a lot of these players are come from working class buses, bro, and you're getting money like that. Okay,
Oh, hell yeah,
they're
bro.
currently getting money now. So
Yeah,
yes,
no.
they are
But
used to it by now, but
I
still.
was very upfront. I'm happy that these players are fucking coining it.
Yeah,
I'm very happy that they're coining it because I really sympathize with ex-football players just because you never fucking see from them unless you get a punditry job.
Yeah.
And even then, you just fucking roasted online for being a pundit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's.
Or if they're
it's-
going to coaching, but other than that,
Or if you're going to coaching, like it's tough, and that's why I have nothing against the players for accepting these offers. I also don't think that any transfers need to be regulated or anything. I just think that money talks. We all know the saying. We all know how business works in general. I can understand why Carragher and Neville are this concerned. I think, like I said, I think it's a bit dramatic calling for regulations and investigations and all that shit. But I can definitely understand why there's worry, bruh, because
I heard that apparently the Premier League did investigate into the whole Todd Boehley ties thing with Saudi, and they came up with nothing.
yeah. It's because
probably
the
all
way
technically above the books.
they were saying with the way Clearwater bought it, there was zero direct tie to Chelsea Football Club in the signing of any paperwork and stuff. So like technically, they're in the clear. That's why I say it's these loopholes, bro. It's these loopholes. But let us know. Do you think that the Saudi league is something to worry about, or are you like Spons and Ethan? Do you think you're just kind of numb to it now? Like this is just
Yeah, to be
this
clear, we're
is-
still worried about it, but we're
yes,
numb to
you
it.
just
But we're
just
numb.
numb to it. Let us know. But enough about the Saudi Super League. Saudi Super League. My
Enough!
word. Let's get down to
Oh.
some transfers.
No more Saudi talk.
Jesus, okay.
Is Ronaldo still thinking about leaving?
No, he's staying. He's 100% staying.
It's
My,
all
my
it's-
boy's got loyalty. What do you say?
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
If there's one thing that guy's got,
It's loyalty.
It's integrity, loyalty, and leadership, bro. Fucking.
Unless there's a
In
Piers
spades.
Morgan interview available.
No, that was the exact
That
right
was
thing to
integrity.
do
I-
in the moment.
That
I,
was
as-
integrity.
I, as a United fan, I'm still completely on Ronaldo's side.
like, if you looking back at it, and if you think should have Ronaldo done the Piers Morgan or should he have not? He made 100% made the right decision by doing that. That is. There's no other way to handle that situation. Anyway,
Anyway,
On to transfer news.
there's no other way you could. Anyway,
On to transfer news. Just a nice little fun fact. On this day in 2007, after 8 years at the club, Arsenal captain Thierry Henry moved from Arsenal to Barca for 16 mil. Imagine Henry in today's market. What's he going for, bro? 16
yo,
mil?
vavavoom, bro.
16 mil. Yo, remember those adverts, bro? Yes. But yeah, we are talking transfers now.
That's when
More
adverts
closer
were
to
so
home.
when adverts were cool.
They
bro.
used to slap.
fucking
They were
sick.
actually relevant.
They put like they actually got like a director and a storyboard and fucking
they,
film.
they can.
Yeah,
They
fucking.
can.
now it's just Messi walking in. Tora leles.
Lele.
That's the whole ad.
Now it's just this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Fucking. Anyway.
Yeah, look, back to transfer news. Closer to home now in the Premier League, the league that we all know and love.
Our home league.
the cleanest league of all.
The heritage one.
Look, let's start with Arsenal. Obviously, I think they've been the most active out of the three of our clubs so far. Pretty much confirmed the signing of Kai Havertz.
Good
who,
signing.
Who we've defended a few times on the show, I think.
I
low-key.
think Kai Havertz is still very fucking good, and I think people who don't think he's good have only watched him at Chelsea in a position where he doesn't actually play.
Well, in a number of positions, he doesn't play.
True. I'm hoping though Arsenal are smart and they put him in Odegaard's position.
Well, from the sounds of things, Arteta is very, very convinced that he can get the best out of him. But we're going to see more of the Leverkusen Havertz
Well, he
than the
just needs
Chelsea
to finish,
Havertz.
innit?
But he's
But
not.
he's not a finisher.
He's not a
He's
finisher.
not supposed to finish.
He's
That's not his.
he's
a
an Odegaard. He's
creator.
a Bruno
He's
Fernandes.
a behind the
Yeah.
striker player. You know what I mean?
He's a cam.
Yeah, he's a cam. He's a proper cam.
I think he can also be a winger, but
Yes.
finishing is not his strong suit.
And that is why Arteta was also drawn to him because of his versatility. Because you know Arteta, he wants cover everywhere. I think he's very much trying to build that same Man City mold where you can the rest of the player
Yeah.
every
I
fucking
think-
second
yeah, it's a good
game.
sign.
I
Look,
think,
that's
I
the
think
goal.
you have to make a team.
With
That's
him
the
and
absolute goal.
if you get Rice, that
Fingers
will be a very good
No, look, it's there's been talk that he may be
summer
used.
transfer season.
There's been talk that Havertz may be used in Xhaka's role, as that number 8, the advanced central
You
midfielder.
get money for Xhaka, by the way, when you're going free.
No, you're
He's still
gonna get
there.
some money, but
He's
it's just
still
not gonna
there.
be much.
Okay.
But yeah, Kai Havertz, I'm honestly quite happy with it. When it was first announced, I was more put off by the fact that we are beating around the bush with this fee for Declan Rice, but we have
How much you
60
pay
mil.
for him?
Havertz.
Yeah,
It was
60.
as far as I've seen, it's 50 up front and 15 mil in add-ons.
50 and plus.
50 up front, 15 in add-ons, yeah.
That's a decent amount, yeah.
That's a decent
Especially for Chelsea, I mean, they spent 75 mil for him, I think, like 2-3 years
Are
ago.
you paying the same? Is he getting a wage? What wages are you?
I don't know. We definitely paying him over 200 because we're in the Champions League now. If in the Champions League, any player comes in with you pushing 200. And I doubt he's going to come very much down on what he was earning at Chelsea. He was still contracted to Chelsea for another year or two, I think. So he could have just sat it out and coined it. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's joining. He's what looks like it's going to be the first official signing. I know you're saying now you were hoping Arteta's smart and he plays him in Odegaard's position, right? Yeah. But are you saying shift Odegaard out, or are you saying just a full rotation, not the two of them in the same team? Or
Yeah, I'm saying if he wants to, he can do it. Like you said, he's so versatile. He could do whatever. If you want to play Odegaard and him and have him do Xhaka's thing, whatever. If you want to put Kai Havertz on the wing, whatever,
I
he
don't
can
think
do
he's
it.
physical enough to do what Xhaka does, bro.
Fair enough.
I think
he's tall, which helps us.
He
We
is-
don't have
yeah,
a lot
he
of tall
actually- he
players.
actually is very
but
tall.
the thing is, apparently, he doesn't have much general, like you're saying, like strength.
Yeah.
But I think if
I see
you
more on the wing, maybe like Martinelli, giving
type.
Martinelli a bit
Martinelli also bulked up though during his injury. Maybe Arteta's gonna get him on a similar regimen to whatever Martinelli did, because Martinelli's looked way better for it.
I'm just looking at his actual position. I think his best position is like a cam, and if you don't want to take out Odegaard for him, I think there's nothing wrong with putting him in the mid spot. Then
they play together.
Yeah, and with some holding back.
Yeah.
And I agree that he may not be as physical, but if you can work around him and
He's
have like
technical.
and have Party behind him or someone who is physical working with him.
Declan Rice.
He's,
Declan Rice,
he's
yeah.
technical enough to not need the physicality, I feel. Like if you can look, Messi's not physical.
Yeah.
But we've seen, I'm not saying that Havertz is
actually
anyway.
bro. Like
Actually is
Messi's
quite
actually
physical, yeah.
fucking stupid
Well,
strong.
look for the maybe look
It's
for the longest time.
it's that low center of gravity.
yeah, he
yeah.
just rolls players.
For
and
the
shit,
longest
bro.
time, I always felt that his biggest strength was his close ball control technically, because it was so risky to just tackle him. If you tackled him more often than not, it's a foul because you didn't get the ball.
But like when they are playing physical, he surprisingly stays on his feet.
I
like.
suppose. I mean,
But anyway,
like yeah, it's gonna be the Premier League. He at least is familiar with the league.
Yeah.
He hasn't had the best time of it, but he did score a Champions League winning goal.
that's
so
a great signing.
he's got some caliber. But yeah, 65 mil. What do you think about the fee?
I'm cool with it. If everyone is 50 mil and up, so 65 mil, not bad.
Yeah, I guess it's fair. So,
It's fair.
but like, what are your chances of Rice now? What do you think you're gonna pay for him?
Well, as far as we know, as
What-
far as we've
what
been
was the
told,
bid? What was
the bid that we've
the
been
latest
made,
one?
the latest one that we made, was the second bid that we made rather
Yeah,
was
yeah.
I think it was also like 80 mil up front with 15 mil in add-ons. But
I
apparently
think
the
West Ham
add-on,
want like 100.
they want like 100. Yeah, they want I think 105 million euros. They're saying, but I
Because
think
if you're paying what that 50 for Havertz with add-ons.
now that's why I'm saying
Rice is-
I'm a little like I would have rather locked down Rice before moving to Havertz rather than Havertz first then Rice. But again, Arteta's
But if you don't get Rice, you need It's,
No,
it's a
no,
good
yeah.
backup that you, or not backup, but you got.
It's
get
we,
that
we got
deal
someone.
done, you
we
know
got
what I
we
mean?
got one piece, but that's the thing. Like I think a lot of intrigue around this transfer is the fact that it's being seen very much as Arteta seeing an opportunity here, because I think this is a player that they scouted at City already. You know what I mean? Like this is someone that again before he joined Chelsea, he was a fucking talent, bro. His time at Leverkusen was really good.
Yeah.
So from the sounds of things, this is something Arteta was like, listen, I know it's a lot of money, I know it's a rival club, blah blah blah, but he sees something in this player. And he's got a track record to lead me to believe I should at the very least trust him.
Yeah.
I'm just more hard so because I do actually think you're going to see more of Havertz getting played out of position. But even with that being said, I think he'll still do better than he did at Chelsea with Arsenal. I think
so
we're a
too.
better squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, on his time at Chelsea, one thing that's interesting is his stats last season. He scored the most goals for Chelsea, most shots on target, most chances created, most aerial duels won, most possession won in the final third, most final third passes, most duels won, most flick-ons, he literally was their hardest working player last season. And I know they had a terrible season, but if ever you were going to pick a guy from that squad, you could do worse than Havertz.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I'm very
I only
curious-
disagree with people who think that Havertz sucks because they've only watched him play this season.
I'm very curious how Chelsea fans would feel about it, because a lot of Chelsea fans are getting gassed just by the fact that this Havertz deal in their mind is financing the Casido move. And obviously amount money that they're going to get from Man United as well. If that deal goes through, we're going to get to that. But yeah, like there's a lot of Chelsea fans who are okay with seeing him leave, but I think more because of the domino effect that it leads to with who comes in. But I would be very curious to know, as Chelsea fans, how do y'all feel about Kai Havertz leaving, and what do you think about the time that he had at the club? Obviously, he won you guys the Champions League. He did win you a Champions League, which we can never take from him. Torres also won you guys the Champions League.
Yes, he did.
And that's another dude who, I guess similar to Havertz, is someone that just flattered to flattered to deceive,
Flattered to deceive. Yeah, that's the
in like so much of his time in a Chelsea kit, but he had moments that you cannot ever take away from them. And I'm hoping that we get more of those moments at Arsenal, but I'm very open to it. It's very weird seeing him in an Arsenal kit in those little fan-generated pictures. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be first. And Julian Timber, a name familiar with United fans, looks like he's going to follow very soon. From the sounds of things, we're going to be going in with another bid. Got an agreement in place with Ajax. The players agreed terms with Arsenal. But yeah, you know me, I do only get especially excited when I see the actual fucking contract signing and everything done. But Julian Timber would be a good one as well. He's versatile. Right back, centre back.
I think Liverpool was interested in him as well.
United were big in for him last season. Big into him, yeah. And then I think Ajax were charged. They were outpricing him so much, but Ajax wanted like upwards of 50 mil for him. And now there's talk that Arsenal's getting him for like 35.
Yeah.
So could be a good deal. There's also talk of him being played as an inverted right back. So a right back version of Zinchenko, if you will. That's going to be interesting. I mean, he's obviously got a lot of international experience with Holland, got a lot of experience with Ajax. He's still young. 35 mil's a nice price. And that's now a forward-thinking midfielder and a versatile defender that Arsenal ticked off. We just need to get that Declan Rice deal, man. But do you think we are going to beat Man City to him? Do Man City especially need him now that Gundogan's gone? Or is he just added quality depth?
No, they especially need him now that Gundogan's gone.
You think so?
And I do think that City will get him.
But if he goes there, if Rice goes there, he's not playing ahead of Rodri. And that's the position he's competing for.
No.
More than anything.
No, you will take Gundogan's position then.
I don't think he takes Gundogan's position. I think...
Then who does Calvert-Lewin?
Calvert-Lewin?
I mean, what's
Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
Close
I
enough.
think Calvin Phillips is actually going to go out on loan, eh?
You probably, yeah.
I've heard some talk of him going out on loan.
Some shit about that.
So yeah, I guess they would need Rice for the
I
bodies.
think I think they directly look for a Gundogan replacement now.
Yeah, because I mean, it's obvious as soon as that.
Apologies for this dog, by the way.
He's not talking about spawns.
They could need him for the bodies. And he's a quality body to have there. He's a quality body. But I think a lot of this is going to come down to game time. You're going to get more at Arsenal. And he's only 24. So I think you've got time for this type of mega move to a treble winning, blah, blah, blah. And as enticing as Man City would be, from what I've read online, Declan Rice is someone that he appreciates how Arsenal operate as a club. He likes the trajectory that they've been on. Obviously, the fact that it's a lot of young players, a lot of English players there. So he's got that connect, especially with Bukayo Saka. And also he wants to stay in London. He's recently become a father. So it's not ideal. In an ideal world, he wouldn't have to leave London. He's open to Man City, obviously. It's down to West Ham if they accept City's offer and not Arsenal.
You sound like Declan Rice's PR man.
Yeah, but
Obviously, he does have a family. He loves London.
I've been going nuts. The news has been coming in every single day for
and you can also look at it like 2
weeks.
his family's young enough to and you don't want to uproot him when he's settled in. Like the baby's young enough to move.
There's a lot of ways to look at it. I'm just thinking that Arsenal
optimistic. Yeah,
Arsenal definitely should have had this tied up.
Definitely.
Yes, they
Before
should have
Havertz,
had it
in
tied
my
up.
opinion, they should have had it tied up. But man, if we can sit here next week and I can talk about Declan Rice joining Arsenal, then
sick.
next season is gonna be hectic.
More
bruh.
friends. Yeah.
It's gonna be hectic. Look, obviously we're being linked with anyone and everyone, as most clubs are at this stage. But for now, I'm focusing on the concrete, and the concretes to me look like Havertz,
I'm
Timber,
focusing on
and
the Kronky.
You can't say that. Bro.
on the Cronkies. There's a lot of eyes on the Cronkies because if he gets out muscled financially by Man City, look, Man City are the financially superior team. We know this. They're the team that offers a lot more flash because they have been cleaning house in the league
It is
for the
illegal
past 10
flash,
years.
though.
It is illegal flash. So yeah, I don't think anybody would begrudge Declan Rice for joining them. It's just Man City. Arsenal, I think we should have just had it done before Man City even had time to join the race. But I'm a little annoyed by West Ham because I think Arsenal were being very respectful, also saying that they were going to wait for the Conference League to be played before they made a bid because they didn't want to make Declan Rice, to have him between two minds. So it's almost like, okay, cool, we're going to do you a solid. We're not going to rock the boat. And it's like, bro, at least just let us have him
We're
now,
not going to
bro.
rock the boat by telling you we're going to rock your boat after.
No,
Afterwards.
remember.
So there's nothing to think about, but the boat's coming.
Think about now.
The club themselves announced that he was leaving. They were resigned to him leaving.
Yeah.
And the fact that Arsenal came in and said, bro, we're going to pay you like 90 mil. It's
So
not
then
like we
what
coming
was
to
the
you
point
saying,
of them
we're going to
being
take...
like, yeah, that's stupid.
I think it was the club's attempt at trying to keep a good relationship with
Yeah.
another club, which again, West Ham were all for it. The thing is, they now want the bidding war, understandably so. If I'm West Ham, I also understand that. I'm just annoyed because I'm like, yeah, fuck, man. Did you really have to go? I give Harry Kane grief non-stop about the gentleman's agreement with Levy. Did you honestly, why? Should have just made the bid.
Yeah, thinking
should have just made the fucking bid, bro.
Yeah.
Should have just made the bid. I mean, look, in all fairness, for all we know, Declan Rice himself told his agent, I don't want to think about any of this till after the Conference League. So, because I know they do it during the World Cup, they'll tell their agents, do not talk to me about transfer news. I don't want to know who's interested until we're out of this competition because they don't want the distraction. Maybe that was the case. But either way, Arsenal were in pole position. I still feel like they kind of are, but you got to worry about Man City. Got to worry about Man City, man. But yeah, other than Arsenal, what's been going on in the world of Liverpool and United, boys? Not much on the Liverpool front from what I've seen.
Well, we've got obviously it's the old news now, and McAllister's over, but there's nothing new. There's just that Thuram dude. But apparently it's only gonna be announced or more steps will be made to make the deal get the deal across the line only after the international break.
Fair enough. I think.
So
I think a lot
I
of
guess
shit's-
Liverpool's also being like
They're being nice.
they're being
Yeah.
nice, they don't want him
Don't
to
think
think
about it
about
now.
Don't think about it. Play
Think about it,
international,
yeah.
and then
You
we'll
gotta think about it long term. Maybe there's another player that Arsenal Liverpool want from that club one day, right? And
But-
if you piss them off with this dude, there's no chance of you getting the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, that's like out for the midfield. So I think that would be
He had a
decent.
good World Cup.
Yeah,
I
that would
won't
be
lie.
decent.
That's the most I've seen of
I
him.
would like, maybe clutching at straws. It would be kind of sick if we maybe sign a right back, and then bump Trent into the mid.
Into the actual
You get me?
midfield.
He played mid for England. in
Yeah,
the
so then
Euros.
and he fucking killed it.
Yeah.
So like not a pan. So I feel like he can become a midfield, but he can still drop into the right back position every now and then.
That's what Xhaka used to do at Arsenal. He would play in the midfield, and when Tierney bombed forward, he would drop off to the left back role.
Yeah.
And then he'd cover there. So Trent could absolutely do that.
So
bro.
yeah, that's basically the only news so far that's really come. I mean, we were in for that guy that you guys got now.
Timber.
We
Again,
were after
that
him,
we've got.
but yeah, it looks like you guys are gonna get him now. So we've now taken a step back out of that.
Is anything else that you want to see aside from a right back, or do you think Liverpool's pretty much?
Nah, I think we saw.
We've spoken about a centre back
get,
before.
Get Thuram get him over the line, and then yeah, I think it was a good
Good window.
yeah.
Anybody else leaving? You think Jota's leaving?
I don't think so. We can't afford players to leave, to be honest. Especially if you want to now compete against these money fucking titans. You get
Yeah.
me?
I suppose, yeah. No, but Thuram is a good player.
Yeah.
He is a good
A
player.
lot of pace.
The small news I hear, Darwin is picking up the number 9 shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
Fucking sick.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's
It's going to be a young confidence boost, ego boost.
yeah.
maybe that's what he
I thought
needs
you
at
said
the
a
end of the new
conference
season.
league boost. Now.
Oh,
I was like, yo.
no.
Too soon.
Yo, bro.
No. But yeah, I think after the Thuram deal, you'll probably get another odd
Maybe we get
wheeling
a.
deals,
I think we still want one more centre back.
surely.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for the sake of cover.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of cover. At United,
Speaking of cover, the talk is now that United want to get that Onana guy into his
a
goalkeeper.
lot of talk, eh?
What's
a
his
lot-
name? Oh no.
Andre. Is it
What's
Andre
his
or not?
name? Sorry, that was a
He
terrible
was
joke.
doing a little-
yeah, I'm sorry.
a little
I apologize
Beyonce
for that.
You can
yeah.
hear the fans singing it already if
Yeah,
he plays.
yeah.
But yeah, he's so the reason that's happening now is because apparently De Gea doesn't want to sign a new contract
Yeah.
until he knows his position.
yeah.
So he either wants stop being facetious. He either wants sorry facetious. He either wants to know he's gonna be starting number 1, or he wants to know there's gonna be competition. So he's not gonna sign yet.
Yeah.
And then the rumor is 50 mil for Onana. I think Onana's good. He played really well in that UEFA final. His distribution is insane.
Solid.
Yeah.
And he's young. I
I
think he's
think he's
25,
better than
26.
Those are fighting words, Spons.
What's it?
I think it's better than the.
Those are fighting words. Which one of them won a clean a golden glove in the
17
Premier
clean
League?
sheets.
Or none of them. Does he play in the Premier League?
No, exactly.
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 How can he win the
Won-
Premier
Exactly.
I
League?
think
What-
he's won a golden glove.
But
He does his job.
I still don't think that's a vital position we need to do. I think you signed the Jared, let him be number one guaranteed for the next season. The other rumor is obviously Mount. That's the big talk. Mason Mount.
United are refusing to go over a limit.
60 apparently is.
60 to 65 or something.
And honestly, to me, 60, 65 is kind of the limit.
That is the limit, bro.
If you have that much money and you're willing to put it on Mount, no.
Would you pay more for Mount to have it?
Have it.
Well,
I
that
agree.
ship has sailed. But
That should have sailed. But I
This
would
is in
I would
general.
have gone for
the fact that
Havertz.
Chelsea value,
What
but
about-
it's English tax though,
What
surely.
about the Declan Rice? Wasn't
Yes,
United
They
in
are
for
in.
you?
They are in.
United is now in the Rice bid, but I don't.
Everybody wants Rice.
I don't really see that happening unless like we give them we give them Maguire, we give them McTominay and some.
I was reading just now that they apparently the idea is to offer 40 mil and offer Harry Maguire and Ilanga.
Ilanga. You see, I think that could work because West Ham are gonna need players, and I think there's nothing wrong. McTominay is a good player. I've said this before. He would do well at West Ham. I've said the same thing about Maguire. He would do well at a team like West Ham or Tottenham. So I think offer those people because we need to get less people on our wages. Offer those people, offer some cash. Hopefully we can make it. I don't see it happening though. But the other midfield rumor I've seen is Rabiot.
Yeah,
Apparently
on the
United is keen on getting Rabiot
Oh,
on the
that's,
3.
I've seen that also.
Yeah, that's
From Juventus.
and I don't know. I don't have much to say about Rabiot, to be honest. I'm sure. I think he's okay. I think
Could
he's
be a bit awkward. You guys had a very bizarre dealing with his agent, with his mother, when you tried to sign him
Yeah, they
in
have.
Jan,
you
I think
have
it
had,
was. There was such a weird falling out there.
but they also, these parents and them have vibes. Like
Is it?
they also had, well, not him with his vibes, with his parents. I mean, his parents are very much involved.
Yeah, his mom's his agent.
Yeah,
So it's
like
like
I know
Hakimi.
they had words with Paul Pogba's parents or something like that during the World Cup. Apparently, when the man missed or something like that.
Hectic.
Fucking.
well. Look, I can't speak about the man's mother, but I can speak about
You
him.
technically can. Agent.
I can't speak about him though. I think he's okay. I don't think he's anything special.
I think he's a Premier League
thought
player.
Sabitzer was going to be really good when he came to United, and we saw how that ended. So I think Rabiot's okay. I think to pad the numbers, sure, go for it. And then are there any other rumors? Obviously that Rasmus Højlund guy from Atalanta, he's
The guy was not on FIFA, but he's on FIFA.
yeah. I would take him. He's
We can't find
we
him.
can't
on
find
FIFA,
him
but
on
on
FIFA.
Google he's on FIFA.
I bet
Yeah.
you he's on
e-football. But I would take Rasmus Højlund. I would take any striker at this point, to be honest. So I don't have an issue with that. They apparently also want like
Because Weghorst's gone now.
Well,
I
I
hope
think
so.
the loan probably ended when the season ended. Yeah.
it was a loan, and there hasn't been talks.
Where did you learn from Burnley?
Besiktas, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh
Besiktas.
shit, he's not in the Premier League anymore.
But he was at Burnley
Yeah.
on loan, and then he went back to Besiktas, and then we loaned him from Besiktas, I think.
Yo, shame, bro. That's
But
fine.
so yeah,
Isn't that
he's.
Dele Alli's club?
I don't fucking
Yes.
know.
That is
yes,
Dele Alli's club.
yes.
But yeah, so hopefully no more Weghorst, and I don't think no more Sabitzer either. I know we are still looking at a defender. Obviously, we were looking at that Kim Min-jae guy, and he's now
Bayern.
basically guaranteed with Bayern Munich.
Yeah, man, that's a bit disappointing.
That is a bit disappointing.
You
but
guys were
Was that the
working
guy
on him
from
for
Napoli?
long.
Napoli, yeah.
Yeah.
But how can you turn down Bayern Munich?
Yeah.
You guaranteed to win shit.
But again, United, same with the Rice thing. United had this deal. They had free run for so long.
Yeah, but the
The takeover and all that shit also made nonsense. I
The
know Ten
takeover-
Hag, there's been talk at Ten Hag's waiting to hear what happens with that before United really start moving anyway.
yes, because you kind of have to.
Exactly.
But yeah, the Kim Min-jae thing. He's only like available to buy like in a couple months, so that the deal won't even happen like now. So this was just talk, so that when the thing opens up in the future, then they can get him. But it seems like he's completely tied to Bayern Munich now.
Open. That's weird. Anyway.
But yeah, I know there is some weird. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I think I said this to you and Spons at work one time when I said I don't think United is going to come out of the transfer window good. I think if the other team is going to improve, I think United's going to come out worse. And I still the further we go on into the transfer
more it's
window,
looking like-
the more I think that's going to happen. Because like you said, we can't really do anything until we know owners. What the fuck can
And
you
that
do?
bid's just sitting there. Now,
Yeah.
the last we heard, the bid was made.
And it's not cool for Ten Hag. Obviously, you would want the team that he obviously wants to build.
Yeah.
I think this whole time, it's gonna end up like last season. We're gonna end up buying players right at the end of the window, and we are gonna overspend 30-40 mil on each one of them.
No preseason for all of them.
Just like Casemiro, just like Anthony, it's gonna be exactly the same.
Damn.
And we're going to lose all our first targets because we're going to wait. All our first targets are going to go, and then we're going to have to sign some
and
random.
It's just more.
Yeah.
More on the Glazers.
Looking
Yeah.
forward
This
to
is
it.
more
So
on the
looking forward to this one.
Glazers, bro.
So yeah,
Oh my
like I said,
days.
I see every other top 4 team improving, and I'm including Chelsea in that. I'm including Liverpool. I'm
No, you
including
said
Newcastle.
top 4. You mean big 4.
Yeah, I mean big, but Newcastle is involved now as well.
Big C. It's the big 7 now.
So I see each one of those teams improving. I don't see United improving that much.
Damn.
So I think next season is going to be tough.
It's
I'll
gonna
say
be
that.
it's gonna be interesting now that the window is officially open. We should start to see a lot more moves. Obviously, Man City announced Kovacic is signing also, so clubs are
And
moving.
they got him for like 35 mil, dude. What the fuck?
I'm still surprised by the signing. I see in my mind he's more of a Gundogan immediate replacement than
So
a
they get
Declan
Gundogan
Rice.
and Rice.
It's Gundogan and
Jesus.
Kovacic and it's Rodri and Rice. That's the in my mind. But yeah, like it should start hotting up a lot more now.
I saw very small whispers of Liverpool being interested in Kyle Walker. Like a very small. Like
That
a-
would be
would
good.
be
That would
interesting.
be good.
Like
I
a-
think
it
Kyle
was a
Walker's
tiny
really
one,
good.
dude.
Yeah, that would be
But
cool.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing. I'll see what
Have we
happens
seen?
there.
We haven't seen anybody make that trip in this rivalry, no?
No,
Liverpool to City or City to Liverpool.
No.
not that.
I don't think we've ever seen anybody make that trip.
No.
That would be
not
interesting,
directly.
especially since Kyle Walker was such a big fucking influence in the City team that's done so
I'm trying
well.
to think. No one directly.
But look, that's all the news that we've got today. Let us know what you guys think of these rumors of the deals that are being spoken about. And yeah, let us know at any point because this is the podcast.
That never sleeps.
Thank you guys for watching. Let us know who you want to see your club sign in this transfer window. What do you think is going to be the biggest deal? I think that Declan Rice is going to be one of, if not the most expensive deal of this window, regardless of what happens after this. But yeah, only time will tell. But until next time, we'll catch you.